normally.
The new Kent-Des Moines station will get you to Seattle in 42 minutes. Federal Way to SeaTac Airport, just 16 minutes. The cost of the project ballooned to $3 billion at one point, but Sound Transit says it came under that number by $500 million. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The Cascade Mountains Mission Ridge is the first Washington ski resort to open for the season. Spokesman Tony Hickok tells KIRO 7 TV.
Roughly around 10 folks. They run 2 crews, 12-hour shifts, and they'll run 24/7 as long as it's cold enough.
Other ski resorts pushed back opening day because of warmer temperatures and a lack of snow. Meteorologists say a La Nina pattern could bring heavier snowfalls and colder temperatures in the coming weeks. A major storm is setting up in the Pacific right now and expected to arrive in western Washington early next week. Meteorologist Scott Sistek tells Seattle's Morning News it'll bring several inches of rain.
So that'd be like taking all of November and squeezing it into like a week or even just 5-6 days. So it's a lot for us. It's been 2 years since Seattle's had 2 inches of rain in a calendar day. We should probably get that on one of the days here, if not multiple days.
He says be prepared for flooding along local rivers. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. For today, we can expect breezy weather, a few showers, and highs in the mid-50s. It's 53 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Fridays, super fun. What are you guys doing this weekend? That's interesting. I would like to hear. Text us, 888-973-5476. Is there anything particularly interesting or special? Do you know of any events that you're doing that you want to share with us? And I don't know, maybe one of those makes it into the text messages at the end of the day. Spike, I want to highlight one of the other shows for a minute.
Sure.
If I could.
Of course.
John Curley was recently talking with Cliff Mass, who's a UW professor, meteorologist. He knows all about the weather. And they were talking about this lawsuit that's happening right now between some folks in Washington. And it has to do with big oil and rising insurance costs and all this stuff. I just wanted to play this clip because I thought this was a really great interview, one, that John did with Cliff.
Okay.
But two, you and I have been having conversations lately about our state and their investments in stuff like the CCA, Climate Commitment Act, things like that.
Yeah.
Which have a very real effect on our pocketbook.
Yeah.
But how real of an effect are they having on the environment? And is it worth it with the effect that we're having?
The only measurable they can give us is how much it's costing us. They can't give us any kind of measurable on what kind of positive effect or change they're having on the problem.
That really is a perfect way to sum it up. Yeah, and I think and anybody who spends their money on anything, you want to know what you're getting for your money.
For my dollar.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask?
State Department of Ecology is literally in a lawsuit right now. They're being sued to release information that they're required by law to give that they are withholding. And I can't imagine they're withholding information that they would love to be sharing with everybody. And since they've been collecting a lot of money and it's been redirected to the tunes of billions and billions of dollars to fight climate change in whatever way they're doing it, we would like to see something for our money. I don't think that's too much to ask.
I agree.
So anyway, John Curley was talking to Cliff Mass. I want to play this, and then I want to leap into a local company who has stopped doing something climate-wise. It's in the housing market. It's really interesting. And so I want to talk about that. But let's start with this Cliff Mass clip. Here you go.
It's total nonsense. And, basically they're suggesting that global warming is causing all kinds of increases in extreme weather, which is causing, claims for insurance companies, right? It's something like that.
Yes.
Well, it turns out that that's not true. Consider around here, the big windstorms, that cause a lot of damage. There is no indication they're increasing. I mean, I did a study. We published a study showing that there is no increase in big windstorms around here. So that's a big problem for global warming. Take something else, cold waves. I mean, they're getting less. Okay. Heat waves a little bit more, but they're not that costly. Actually, cold waves kill a lot more people than heat waves. and cold waves are going down. So less people are dying and being injured by extreme temperature right now than before. I mean, I can go on and on, but it's total nonsense.
So if you want to read this article, it's on mynorthwest.com, and it's really interesting. If you're interested in this debate about, who's responsible for global warming and all these things, but this is from mynorthwest.com piece. The lawsuit alleged that ExxonMobil, Shell, Chevron, BP, ConocoPhillips, and others ran a prolonged effort to hide their own internal knowledge about the environmental impacts of burning fossil fuels. According to the complaint, internal research dating back to the 1960s says that the companies knew about the negative effects on climate, and still they didn't do anything.
And in fact, hid the information from the public is what the lawsuit alleges.
That's what they're alleging.
That's what they're alleging, yeah.
They're saying that by concealing this information, these companies delayed the transition to clean energy, ultimately triggering extreme weather events that drove insurance rates higher. So they're saying that it's costing you more money because of extreme weather events because they caused it. And Cliff Mass is saying, well, that's nonsense. We've published data showing that that's nonsense. So it is an interesting conversation. But this Zillow thing, did you see this Zillow thing?
I saw the Zillow thing. They've dropped the service they provided to sellers, or required, I should say, of sellers.
Yes. So they would put this assessment on, let's say you want to sell a property and you have your house listed on Zillow. Now there's other places that you can have your house listed. Mm-hmm. And I don't even think you're putting your house on Zillow. I think Zillow is grabbing this information.
It's an aggregate site, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So they might go into Windermere, they might go into any of these other places, and they might take the listing and put it on their site. But then if they're adding something that is now making it more difficult for people to buy the property because they're saying, well, you are in a climate unfriendly zone, or
your zone is prone to flooding, is prone to hurricanes, is prone to wildfires, which is what these ratings would often declare about these properties for sale. And this was a tool available to buyers that was detrimental to sellers. And the factoring in from Zillow's point of view was, okay, you've got this opinion. What are you basing it on? Because it's costing sellers real money, real opportunities.
Zillow was the one that was doing it.
Yeah. But they pulled it.
But they pulled it. They had stopped doing it because a company basically forced their hand. Seattle Times had this piece. It was really interesting. California Regional Multiple Listing Service, which operates, they say, a private database funded by real estate brokers and agents, did not want Zillow to keep displaying these things, because they said displaying the probability of a specific home flooding this year or within the next 5 years can have a significant impact on the perceived desirability of that property.
Well, duh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
The problem is, how are you making these assessments? How is Zillow go? I understand a floodplain. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
We're not talking about building next to a river. Right?
Well, exactly. As these next atmospheric rivers are going to hit us, so there's going to be some flooding in this area.
There you go.
Story last week about a home that had lost 40% of their riverfront acreage.
Yes.
To constantly deteriorating river edge because of the flooding.
In a statement, Zillow said, this is again from Seattle Times, they said the company remains committed to providing customers with information that helps them make informed decisions, even though they're taking this off of their listings. Do you think this is a positive or a negative?
I think if you don't have hard scientific facts to put this information into the mix, it's hurting sellers. It's making things harder to do.
100%.
And while it may be a nice benefit for homeowners, if that's the only place you're figuring out that this place is in a potential wildfire area or flood area or hurricane belt, whatever it may be, tornado alley, shame on you as a home buyer. Yeah, you shouldn't need Zillow.
This is all information available.
Exactly.
If you're buying a home in Oklahoma.
Home is not home buying the largest investment people make?
Generally.
Am I missing that?
Yeah, generally.
I mean, if you don't do your due diligence on where you're buying your home, what potential downfalls could be, what you have to look out for. If you need Zillow to do that for you, you're first off a terrible consumer.
What I like about this, what I think is positive about this, is I understand wanting to give the buyer as much information as possible. I think that's super valuable. That's why Zillow exists.
Exactly.
So that a buyer can go on there and they can look at all the things. They can see the pictures. They can see the school districts. They can see the ratings, all these different things. You want to have as much information as possible.
Sure.
But what you don't want somebody to do is to put a scarlet letter on your property based on something that's not provable, based on something that they're making an assessment, and they're now giving you a negative. It's like these people who do Yelp reviews, these anonymous Yelp reviews that can ruin a business.
Oh, yeah.
And it's done often out of spite. It's
often competitors. Yep.
A lot of times, not just on Yelp, but there's other online sites where people will literally, and I've talked to business owners who've been suffering through this, where somebody will leave a review and then they'll contact the business and say, hey, you know what? I could make that review go away if or that.
It's my review. I put it up there. I'll pull it down.
I could pull it down if you guessed it.
Yeah, wow.
And it can step into like a blackmail thing. And I'm not saying that's happening on Yelp all the time, but what I'm saying is like it does happen. And so this to me felt like, listen, if you're a person selling your home, you want to make as much possible money as you can on that sale. Often for people, that's like you said, it's the biggest purchase.
Yeah,
it's the biggest value. It's the biggest nest egg you're going to have in life.
Exactly right. It's the only retirement that's truly unpleasant, and I have is the equity in our home.
And listen to this.
Right?
I'm going to read you this from the New York Times, because these are the kinds of things that they're making these assessments on. This is like Zillow would hear this when I'm about to read you, and they would make their assessment. They say, hey, any of these houses, we're going to have to put this on there so that people know. Let me read you this. A continuing rise in average global sea level, which is likely to amount to more than 1.5 feet by the year 2100. So that's a ways off, right? 2100.
Yeah, 75 years.
75 years.
Your great-grandkids could have a real problem with this.
That's right. This, say the scientists, would inundate parts of many heavily populated rivers, deltas, and the cities on them. This is from the New York Times. Making them uninhabitable, and would destroy many beaches around the world. At the most likely rate of rise, some experts say most of the beaches of the east coast of the United States. You grew up on the East Coast?
I did. You bet.
You went to these very beaches?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I lived a year in Florida.
Experts say.
I've got family that lives in these designated high-risk zones.
There you go. At most likely rate of rise, some experts say most of the beaches on the east coast of the United States would be gone in 25 years. They're already disappearing at an average rate of 2 to 3 feet per year. Now, what's interesting is this was written in 1995. So that didn't happen.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So you have companies who are making assessments about the value of your property based on what's provably bad science. That's bad science. That's the New York Times. It's a headline piece. That's them talking to experts saying that the East Coast, most beaches, I'm quoting them there, most of the beaches on the East Coast of the United States would be gone in 25 years. Now, if you're a person purchasing a home and you're overlooking, say, a beautiful bay in Nantucket, or
somewhere
in Martha's Vineyard,
the Outer Banks down in the Carolinas.
The Outer Banks in the Carolinas, which are beautiful.
And we've all seen videos of these storm-ravaged homes that are being washed into the sea.
Sure.
The effects, we can't just dismiss these concerns. But
I'm dismissing them right now.
Yeah, I can't. You can't.
Of course I can.
I mean, you can dismiss the 1995 story that's already be gone in 25 years because we know it's evolved science at the time. That's a projection that is.
Every year they make the same prediction. Basically, every year they make the same prediction. Just like Cliff Mass was saying, they're telling you all the time that these storms are getting worse and worse and that they're just getting worse. But they're not. They're in cycles, and there's our storms, and there's heat waves, and there's cold waves.
Cliff, see, I don't have the burden of education and expertise on my side. I can just get
that's nice.
Cliff Mass has to really,
he's got to look at facts. You and I can just speculate.
I look at facts like, the hottest year on record was last year. The amount of drought and floods have increased exponentially over the last 5 years. 5 of the last years, hottest years on record have been the last 5 years. Droughts are expanding. All the things that I understand. Cliff Mass is not a climate denier by any way, shape, or form.
No, he teaches about climate.
He does, but he is pretty well known as someone who downplays the severity. He's skeptical, I should say, of the severity.
But isn't that,
I can respect that, but I
isn't
disagree.
Isn't that a healthier place to be?
I think it would be err on the side. Well, here's getting back to Cliff Mass and that suit for just a minute, because what they're claiming is that insurance companies are raising rates based on climate change. That's the lawsuit that these
groups, Zillow was basically putting a penalty on a house based on climate change.
So and they're saying that the lawsuit is based on the fact, and I kind of brought this up when you first mentioned it because I think it's a key factor in this. They're saying that these petroleum companies, these big corporations, withheld information that they kept secret from the public, that they had done research, they had done testing and whatnot, and they knew that the effects of their product were having these effects, whether it's how much carbon is being introduced into the atmosphere, not debating the effects of it. Just that they were withholding information they knew that could be detrimental to human.
That's an allegation.
I'm just saying. I don't know how the lawsuit's going to play. I'm not a weatherman. I'm not a judge.
Yeah.
Okay, but look back at the cigarette industry, right? The tobacco industry, with which they proved in court withheld dangerous information from the public for the sale of their products. If they can make those, they're making those same allegations against the oil companies. They may have the proof that they had against the tobacco companies. We don't know how this is going to play out. But the bottom line factor in that is, insurance companies are making it impossible for people to get insurance.
Well, no,
that's what the lawsuit's about. Well, in certain parts of California, you can't buy fire insurance anymore. Certain parts of Florida and North Carolina, you can't buy flood insurance anymore.
It's interesting because during all the California fires, which was the most devastating fires that California's ever had, the reason that a lot of those houses were uninsurable is because California had made a decision years earlier, and the insurance company reached out to them. We have letters, we have all this information. The insurance company pleading with California, please help us be able to insure these places before we have to drop them by doing the job that you need to do to make sure that the land is not filled with dry brush, all the mitigation work that California stopped doing for environmental reasons.
That was a portion of it. You're right. Right. But also they wanted to raise their rates. The insurance company said we can't stay in business unless we raise our premiums.
But that's the prerogative of an insurance company to stay in business.
No, I get it. But that's another factor of the decision that California says we can't insure these places. We can't afford to rebuild them unless we raise our premiums. It's unsafe unless you do the land management that we need you to do, which California refused to do because of conservation efforts.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just they're nuanced conversations. But the gist of this suit
doesn't seem too nuanced to me. That's like California. California said we're not going to do this thing because politically we don't want to do it. The insurance company said, well, this raises the likelihood that these homes are going to burn.
That was their opinion. California disagreed.
Well, California was quite clearly wrong. They just had the worst fire in history.
You can't blame that on shrubbery. That was a combination of...
How do they burn? How was the fire spread?
80-mile-an-hour winds. If you want to know why the Palisade fires were what they were, it wasn't because there was so much brush that the whole hillside went up. It was that there was the high winds from warmer, drier temperatures, from global warming, caused the fires to spread beyond their...
Well, the fire was set. Somebody set a fire and it spread.
Okay, if somebody set a fire at a house, which is true...
But why don't they do the smart thing that every state does that suffers from fires? Washington has fires, and they do mitigation.
I'm with you there. Yeah, I'm with you.
So why doesn't California do that?
I'm with you there. I'm just saying it's not the only factor. That's all I'm saying. It's not the only factor.
But if the main thing that you can do... My cousin works for Cal Fire. I talk to these people. If the main thing that you can do to prevent fires from spreading is to make sure that they don't have fuel
around the houses,
then why not do that thing? And doesn't that play a huge part in it? So if the insurance company is telling California, hey, listen, the likelihood, our job is to assess risk. That's what an insurance company does.
Right. And if you don't
we're
clean up the
assessing
shrubs,
that this is incredibly risky, and we're not going to be able to insure these homes because they're all so tremendously valuable because they all have coastal beautiful views.
Yeah.
We can't afford to take a $23 billion hit because you don't want to pick up brushes, like shrubberies.
And we're going to have to raise our rates since you won't clean up the brush.
So we're going to have to raise the rate. And
California says you can't do that either.
California says you can't raise the rates, and we're not going to clean up the brush, and they tell you to pound sand. So what's the insurance company supposed to do?
Pull up stakes and move somewhere else.
So whose fault is
it? I'm with you.
So it's California's fault?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're making stupid policy decisions, and it's affecting people in their bottom line. And so this lawsuit for this oil thing to me seems like it's right up the same page. We'll see how it plays out.
The accusation is that they're withholding information, not about how much man-made carbon and natural cycles of weather.
They're going to have to prove in court that these companies are causing this thing to such an effect. How are they going to do that?
Well, it's not about how much man-made carbon has an impact on the planet as opposed to natural climatic cycles. That's not the argument they're making in court. The argument they're making in court is that you knew that this stuff was bad for the environment and bad for humans, and you withheld that information. That's the argument. I'll read it again, but I think that's the gist of the lawsuit. And again, I equate that to the tobacco industry, which seemed like you can't prove to the tobacco industry was.
But they're saying that it's causing a thing that Cliff Mass is saying it's not happening.
Well, I disagree with Cliff. And again, I'm not burdened by education. That's what I'm just saying. I disagree. That's all. I'm not saying he's wrong. I disagree with him.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I'm willing to be wrong 3 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Speaking of weather, can we talk about Martha Stewart for a minute?
Oh my gosh, yes, I saw this story. Wow, explains a lot.
This explains a lot about Martha Stewart. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's one of the funnier stories you're going to hear all day. And then later, because it's a Christmas season, I don't want to ruin Frosty the Snowman for you, but it might. This might ruin it for people.
I don't think you can. That's one of my all-time favorites.
Okay.
I saved that one till like the Christmas Eve.
Well, then you're going to want to hear it.
Okay.
You may want to skip this story.
No, challenge accepted.
All right, stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
This Christmas, skip the toys and gift cards. Instead, give a chicken. Yep, a chicken. School supplies, meals, and more. How? At the Light the World Giving Machine. It's a chance to help those in need, both locally and around the world. 100% of your donation goes to the item and charity you select with a simple push of a vending machine button. Visit the Light the World Giving Machine today at the Alderwood Mall near the Lego Store and the South Hill Mall near Dick's Sporting Goods. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
Let's light the world. This is the sale car buyers wait for. 6 dealerships, 1 family. It's the Harnish Auto Family Year-End Super Sale. Wrap up the year with savings on all 2025 models, plus amazing deals on pre-owned vehicles. Chevrolet, Kia, Volkswagen, GMC, Buick, and Subaru. 22 acres of trucks, SUVs, EVs, and cars make finding your perfect ride easy. Visit HarnishAutoFamily.com or stop by Everett or Puyallup today. That's HarnishAutoFamily.com. Harnish Auto Family. People matter.
This is Lynn. She's always been active, maybe a little too active back in the day.
When I was 19 years old and immortal, I stripped out all my ligament and I had to have 6 knee surgeries, and that's on my right knee. And then my left knee finally gave out and had a torn meniscus.
Years of pain followed until she saw Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm 4 months out and I have no pain in my knees, and I have had knee pain my whole life. I have no concept of what it was like without pain. It's a miracle. I'm totally thrilled.
No pain, no limits.
Dr. Wagner gave me the green light to ski again this year. I'm like, that's incredible. So I'm just so excited.
After years of surgeries and setbacks, Lynn finally got her freedom back.
I think he saved my legs, so saved my knees, and gave me at least another 10, 15 years to do what I want to do.
If joint pain is holding you back, find out what stem cell therapy could do for you with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
What does VA mean to me?
A place for my daughter to call home. Thanks to the VA Home Loan.
A new lease on life. The best healthcare team I've ever had is here at VA.
And education, and the opportunity to open doors I never thought possible with my GI Bill.
The financial support I need to manage the disabilities I developed because of my service.
Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
For seniors, the holidays can be fun family time, but can also be a stressful time if you're struggling with bills. Our friend Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage says a reverse mortgage may be the holiday gift you're looking for.
Many seniors love their home but are struggling with mortgage payments and other bills. A reverse mortgage lets you tap your home equity for tax-free cash. You can pay off your debts and maybe put some extra money in the bank for peace of mind. You've worked hard for that home equity. Now let it work for you. And best of all, you'll have no mortgage payments the rest of your life.
And you always talk to a real person, not an AI robot.
That's right. You'll get a no-pressure consultation directly from me or a highly experienced senior advisor. Never a sales pitch and never, ever an AI bot.
Honest advice you can trust from the reverse mortgage experts, Best Mortgage, the VA loan experts, and debt consolidation specialists too. 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
Care Partners Senior Living is growing. Amanda here. We are very excited to introduce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, and North Creek Bothell, bringing compassionate, quality care at an affordable price, closer to more of you. Visit carepartnersliving.com today.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The U.S. Supreme Court today has agreed to review President Trump's executive order that aims to end birthright citizenship. CBS's Melissa Quinn lays out the case.
The 14th Amendment has long been understood to confer citizenship on people who are born in U.S. soil. But the Trump administration is arguing that that is wrong. And it has said that interpreting the 14th Amendment in this way can have destructive consequences for the U.S.
Oral arguments are set for early next year. A decision could come down in June. Washington State Congressman Adam Smith now wants video of that U.S. military strike on a boat near Venezuela to be made public. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports Smith does not outright call the attack illegal.
Smith, a Democrat, says it's hard to imagine the two men who survived the military's first missile attack trying to get back into the fight, describing them as shirtless and clinging to the bow. Republican Senator Tom Cotton also watched the video and says the men were calling for backup.
Entirely lawful and needful, and they were exactly what we'd expect our military commanders to do.
Smith says he's disturbed by the video, but falls short of calling the attack illegal. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Sound Transit's light rail is stretching farther south starting tomorrow. Nearly 8 new miles of track between SeaTac and Federal Way will open. Auburn Mayor Nancy Backus says it's a win for sports fans.
Really excited that it's going to be an even shorter commute to get to see our favorite team play.
$3 billion project came in $500 million under budget, though it is about a year late. Now to the closing bell report. Netflix has struck a $72 billion deal to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. Media expert Robert Thompson on what this means for all those movies and shows you like to stream.
The time between film being exclusively in theaters and making its way to Netflix is going to become shorter and shorter. And that has major implications for lots of people in the theatrical release business.
Agreement still needs to be approved by federal regulators. On Wall Street today, the Dow up 104, S&P gained 13 points, NASDAQ also a winner today, up 73 points. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. We're still struggling South 5 into Seattle between Northgate and downtown. From an earlier collision that cleared well over a half hour ago, plan on 45 minutes to drive from Linwood to Seattle. Southbound 99 remains packed from about North 46 now to Mid-Lake Union. Those earlier backups on North 5 and westbound 520 have cleared out. South 405, heavy between South Bellevue and Cold Creek Parkway. In Tukwila, eastbound 518 is packed from the airport over to I-5. Just before I-5, it's a collision on that right shoulder that has drivers slowing down. Tacoma and northbound I-5 at 705, a crash blocks the left lane at the off-ramp to northbound 705. And in Everett, we've got brief backups at the Snohomish River Bridge on 529 due to a recent closure for marine traffic. Everywhere else looking pretty good. Light volumes out there. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exterior. Showers today, breezy highs in the mid-50s. We'll see some showers tomorrow. More steady rain arrives on Sunday. Right now, 55 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. All right, Spike, are you a Martha Stewart fan?
You know, it was never part of my, my world, her home, her cooking, her decorating, Martha Stewart living. Yeah, her whole way of life was no part of mine.
Yeah.
Until she went riding dirty, and she was an inside trader and went to jail. Next thing I know, she's Snoop's best friend, and I've really come to love her.
Is that what she went to? What she got locked up for? Was it insider trading?
It was insider trading.
Oh,
yeah,
man, that's
right.
Crazy.
She's the one.
Why?
Pelosi runs free, but she's going to jail.
Why would you need to insider trade? She's worth like $1 billion.
Because it's never enough for those people.
It's just never. Which is how I guess how you get that rich.
Right. That you're not wrong. But when she leaned into her street cred gangster side,
Yeah.
She started doing the comedy roasts. I kind of love her.
Then you kind of respected her for it.
Then I saw this picture of her as a young model. You ever see those photos? She was stunning.
Listen, I'm a happily married man.
I'm not.
I know you are too. I know you
I'm
are
very
too.
happily married, but she was a stunning woman, which
say,
I didn't get from the whole glue gun pine cone world.
I didn't understand either. You're right, because you're absolutely right. She has
what are you laughing at? That's
glue gun pine cone world.
Glue gun
funny.
pine cone.
Yeah.
Martha Stewart. Boom.
That's how she made
her
billions.
Let's paint that wall mauve. That was the difference.
And what is mauve?
Right.
What? I don't know.
It's
what
not
it
a
is.
color found in nature. You squeeze a lot of
Fabric?
mauves into a
fabric
jar
on the wall. That doesn't make sense. But you're right. She was very attractive when she was young.
Stunning.
And she's a good-looking older lady. What is she? She's like 90 or something. How old is she?
Prison ages woman. She's 32.
How old is she, Jacob?
Oh, I got distracted looking up mauve, which is literally.
Is it like a taupe?
It's yes, but it's also named after the mallow flower, so it's literally a color that occurs in nature.
There you go. See, again, I'm not burdened by knowledge or training.
Okay.
It's a gift.
Can you look up how old she is? Let's take a quick guess. Just what do you think?
Oh,
Spike?
Seriously, ballpark Martha Stewart's 82.
Okay. I was going to say 83. I think we're right in the same neighborhood.
Oh yeah, 84.
84.
Yeah,
okay.
both close.
Yeah.
She looks great for 84.
She does. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
She's a smart, savvy businesswoman.
And how do you stay looking great at 84? Apparently, it's by being struck by lightning a bunch, which has happened to her.
I am mystified.
Listen to this.
I would think it would burn off your hair.
You would think so?
and
no, but
fry your
she's
skin.
Got, really full, great-looking hair for an 84-year-old woman. She was on a podcast on QFC's 50 Plus, an unfiltered podcast. She qualifies for that, by the way. She says she's talking about the different times, 3 different times that she's been struck by lightning. First time, she says, in 1970, she's washing her dishes in her house, very Martha Stewart-y, and she's at the window, and lightning strikes, and it goes down her metal drain, her her pipe drain or whatever, her
downspout, her
downspout. Thank you, her downspout.
Well, they have a decorative chain.
Yes.
That the water cascades down, which is much more conducive to lightning. Yeah.
Super nice.
That's where taste comes to bite you in the rear end.
The problem is that it jumps down, and she says it comes through the water faucet and
zap.
Sparks at her and shoots her across the floor, and she gets knocked down. Her husband comes in and has to pick her up, and she's got like a burn on her stomach because of this. Now, I did not know this until recently, but did you know you're not supposed to take showers when it's thunder and lightning?
I'd heard that. Is that true?
Yes.
I thought it was like an old decorator's tale.
No, it's not just old decorators.
Okay.
Jacob, can you look this up just to verify? Maybe it is old decorators tale.
Water is a conductor of electricity.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay.
One of my we had a lightning storm recently, whenever the last big storm was, and one of my kids was like, "I'm going to go." We're just back from sports. Sports got canceled halfway through practice. We come home
because of lightning.
Because of bad weather, and he's going to go jump in the shower. And my wife goes, "Oh, you're not supposed to do that." And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
And she goes, "Because you could get zapped by lightning." And I had never heard that my entire life. Every time there was lightning, I'd just go like, "I'm going to take a shower," and I'd jump in the
ocean. Poof, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm really fascinated to learn that the weather.gov National Weather Service suggests don't take a bath or shower or wash dishes during a storm.
Which is what Martha Stewart was
the
doing.
Martha Stewart.
Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah, no kidding.
The Martha Stewart Act.
What was the second time?
Second time, she says she was on the phone with somebody. She's inside. She's the only person I've ever heard of been struck by lightning multiple times inside.
Right.
She was on the phone with somebody in her house in Connecticut, in Westport, and lightning came down, and she said it somehow jumped into her phone.
Line. Yeah, well, that
got her ear.
This was pre-cellular.
Yes.
This is when everything was wired. You had copper wire.
Oh, there you go again.
Right? Yeah.
So she's wired. She might just want to get out of this house. I think this house is trying to kill her.
House is haunted.
It hates mauve.
Quit changing me. I'm good enough. I'm good enough like I am. And she says the third time she was actually outside, ironically. She says she was in her garden.
She's not safe.
But she says the lightning had no effect on her because she's so used to it. Which is
she built up a lightning immunity?
Yeah, she says the lightning had no adverse effects.
Wow.
Which again, these are all new lightning. Usually lightning makes you sound kind of crazy.
He's been struck by lightning. How many times is it now, Reg?
6 times. 66 times.
Come on.
In the head.
Great Outdoors?
Great Outdoors.
Great Outdoors.
Great movie. Jacob, have you seen Great Outdoors?
I have not, no.
You've not?
If you like Great John Candy, it's a must-see. I highly recommend it. Yeah. Dan Aykroyd. I bet, man.
Oh, my gosh.
And the bear.
So good. Yeah, very, very good.
An old 76er.
The old 76er. You really should see it, Jacob. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Yeah, I would.
All right, here's another interesting thing about Martha Stewart that we found out from this podcast. She talks about when she dies, and hopefully it's a long time away, but she's 84. I mean, that's a long, happy life.
It is, yeah. She's had a wonderful life.
So she was talking about how when she has horses that die, she just buries them on her property. She says, when one of my horses dies, we dig a giant hole, obviously, a really deep hole in one of my fields. We have a pet cemetery, and the horse is wrapped in a clean linen sheet, a very smart clean linen sheet, and very carefully dropped down into this lovely giant grave, she says. And she says she wants to go there when she dies with her horses.
With her horses in the pasture?
Yes.
It's lovely.
So that she can be... I guess that's not
where she wants to be in eternity with the creatures that she adored.
Yeah, and
that's wonderful.
And then this person asked, they said, "Are you worried that that's even legal? Can you just put people in the garden?" And she goes, "It's not going to hurt anyone. It's my property." And
what are they going to do? Dig me up and lock me up again?
That's it.
Right?
No, you're right.
Right.
What are the repercussions?
Right.
Like maybe they find her and bury her.
Good for her.
She doesn't care.
This is probably why her house is haunted by all these horses she's burying.
Think about that.
Well, clearly it's not the house because lightning got her outside the last time. It's Martha.
Oh, that's so
It's
funny.
the gods are angry because the gods, again, don't like mauve.
What a crazy life. Do you imagine just being somebody who's lived the life that she has? I mean, she's basically been famous and very successful since the 1960s.
Yeah.
She's a model, and then she's just tremendously. The 1980s, wasn't she the first woman to ever take a company public that she?
I think you're right.
And then billionaire status. Was she the first ever self-made female billionaire? Am I wrong about that?
No, I think that's correct. It may be one of the Vanderbilts, Gloria Vanderbilt, maybe, but she clearly
But even the Vanderbilts, I would say there's an asterisk to
there's
that.
a family, right? You're right. You're right.
Because Martha Stewart is like literally self-made.
Yep. Good for her. It's wonderful.
But then she goes to jail. And then this dark time in her life where she's got to figure out, like she's walked this bad road, which has led her here.
Yeah, but she learned how to make that, what do they call it, that we make a hooch in the toilet. She was so resourceful in the joint.
Probably the best hooch they've ever had.
Right.
It's like like a very, very high quality.
It's got a camembert theme. I used mold from blue cheese.
Oh, perfect.
And orange cup slices.
That's nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Beautiful. I wouldn't try it, but good for her. All right, we have a lot more coming up. When we come back, we got to do this Frosty the Snowman story. This is what this is the story when you go home tonight and you're talking to your significant other, or when you're out at the bar and you're hanging out with your friends and you're wanting to have a drink and tell a funny story.
Okay. This is your go-to story for the weekend?
This is going to be the story that you're going to want to tell people.
What a gift.
Yeah. It's a gift.
But you say it's going to ruin my
ruin your
Christmas favorites.
It will. Undoubtedly, it will ruin your view of the experience of watching Frosty the Snowman.
Okay.
But
is it related to global warming? Because
no,
I mean, not to give the ending away, but sorry, that's how you
No,
go.
he's the snowman is safe, but your opinion of him is not. So we will get into that next. Stick around.
The Closing Bell is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
The Northwest's trusted news source.
We're learning that it was two brothers who were fatally shot in Lacey.
KIRO Newsradio.
KIRO Newsradio's James Lynch has more.
More than 140,000 fentanyl pills and powder were seized.
Experienced voices you trust.
A fierce budget fight is coming down to the wire.
Coverage you can depend on.
King County's $20 billion budget.
KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
What's your holiday tradition?
It's G. Scott here. For me, it's gathering with loved ones around a meal that brings joy. For many families, that tradition feels out of reach. Next time you shop at Safeway, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors. Your gift provides groceries to families across Washington, giving them access to nutritious food and the dignity to shop like the rest of us and choose what's meaningful for their holiday table. Visit nourishingneighbors.com and donate at your Safeway checkout. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
Your new home is now ready. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new homes that are ready today. With new construction communities throughout the Puget Sound and Central Washington areas and more coming, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. At D.R. Horton, we're still building with more construction, more communities, and more homes available every day. Find your new home, now ready at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at k2visionrle.com.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. This month, Day and Night gives you a free furnace with the installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. DayandNight.net.
Retirement sneaks up fast. Suddenly you're asking, when do I take Social Security and how much tax will I owe? I'm John Curley. On December 11th at 6:30 p.m., Madrona Financial and CPAs host a free Zoom workshop, The 7 Steps to a Successful Retirement. Learn how to avoid tax traps, build income, and protect savings. Call 833-673-7373. To sign up, that's 833-673-7373.
Get ready, because Murphy Auction is closing out the year with a massive Marysville equipment auction with the complete dispersal of AA rentals, 7 mini excavators, 17 skid steers, tractors, backhoes, telescopic forklifts, and over 100 gas-powered landscaping tools. Need something heavier? A John Deere 85G excavator, a Hitachi ZX290LC, a Cat CS563E roller, and 10 high-reach boom lifts, plus 3 big-time dump trucks hit the block, a 2018 Kenworth T880 Super Solo, a 2019 Peterbilt quad axle, and a 2005 Kenworth T800 quad axle, plus a fleet of 6 2017 to 2019 Peterbilt 567 tractors. The biggest auction of the year of heavy equipment, trucks, and more is underway now and closes at 10 a.m. Thursday, December 11th. Visit murphyauction.com for details. That's murphyauction.com.
Hurry, time's running out. Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select steel tools. Shop online or in-store.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
KIRO News Radio has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game, Sunday, December 14th. Head to the KIRO News Radio app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the KIRO News Radio app, the better your odds will be. Do it every day, December 2nd through December 8th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win. From the station where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
any disrespect to Andrew.
I like it. Spike dislikes it. Spike, explain to me why you hate this version.
Because we're going to do a story now about the great Jackie Vernon, the voice actor who played the classic Frosty the Snowman.
You call him great.
He's great. He's an iconic voice actor and comedian. Worked with Sinatra. Worked with Judy Garland. Okay? And that's Frosty the Snowman, the Jimmy Durante version of Frosty the Snowman,
which would have been the song in
this version of Jackie Vernon,
which was is it the 1963 version?
Yes, it is.
Okay, the 1963 version. Jackie Vernon, very famous voice actor for Frosty the Snowman.
And Man About Town. As we've come to find out.
Listen to this. I'm playing a little bit of him in Frosty the Snowman, which he I imagine at some point in his life may have felt haunted by, but eventually came to love that this was his legacy.
Yeah.
Oh, my audio here we go.
Happy birthday! Hey, I said my first words.
When he came to life, that's what he said.
Snowmen can't talk. All right, come on now. What's the joke? Could I really be alive?
All right, so that's Jackie Vernon. Is that a yearly watch for you?
Sure, absolutely.
Frosty, the cartoons, Frosty Snowman?
The cartoon.
And when would this have been on? This would have been a Christmas CBS special or something like that?
It would run every fall or every Christmas season on CBS, exactly once a year before the days of tape even.
Yeah.
For the days of on demand, which we have today.
Yeah.
The classics, Rudolph.
Oh, yeah.
Year Without a Santa Claus, all of them. The Hanna-Barbera or the Rankin Bass.
Rankin Bass.
Right, the stop-motion animations. They'd come on once a year. And if
but this was a cartoon.
It had Santa zipping through the snow on the Norelco Razor. Remember those? That's
perfect Christmas memories. Well,
Dad would hand me that big leg of veal for Christmas. I'm sorry, that's Scrooged.
This is David Vernon. This is Jackie Vernon's son, one of his sons. And he was on a podcast recently. He was talking about his dad, and he said, there was parts of my dad that the public didn't know a ton about, and that's what we found so interesting.
I don't know who answered the door. I might have answered the door, and there was a woman there.
He was a child when this whole thing happened. He discovered that his dad had some secrets.
With a kid who was older than I was. He was probably in his late teens, and he was a little rough around the edges looking. And the woman asked to speak to my dad, and I said, my dad's on the road, he's not home. And then I remember she was very firm. She's like, well, I want to speak to your mother then. So my mom came, and I guess she assessed what the situation was right away, but my mom told me to go upstairs and talk to her. But I heard like a somewhat heated conversation going on. And then a couple of minutes later, they left, and, I had to know. I was like, I asked my mom, who was that? And it finally kind of came out that before our family, my dad had been married at least 3 other times, which I was kind of shocked to find out. And this was before he became famous. One marriage, I think, was when he was, in the military, when he was like 19. And from these marriages, he had sons, and he named them all Ralph after himself, after his original name, Ralph Ferroni.
And then he just leaves them.
And then he moves on.
And then he moves on to the next thing. Just like Frosty.
Well, he'd melt into a puddle, and when the first winter snow would blow, he would come back and he said, "Happy birthday," because he had so many damn kids all over the country.
Are you coming back on Christmas?
I'll be back again someday, but I won't give you a date.
But not to your house. All right, so this is we got to play this clip really fast. This is David also describing. I haven't heard this yet, but Jacob, you said this is bizarre.
Somehow more scandalous than what we just heard already.
A Christmas gift that a birthday present he was given by his dad.
It was the middle of the night, and there was a little knock on the door, and he came in, and he brought me Chinese food, and he's like, "Okay, David, I've got you ready for your birthday present?" And I was so excited. I was like, yes. And I was just thinking, what on earth could it be?
Please be a stripper.
And he opens the door wider, and this 50-year-old little person walks in the room and just kind of stares at me. And my dad said, "David, this is your birthday present." And I said, "Oh, my birthday present?" And he was like, "Yeah, he's going to take care of you. He's going to be your special friend." Every boy should have a little person. He said W.C. Fields used to always have one. And I was like, "He's mine?" This is a gift? He's like, yeah. He's going to live with us, and he's going to take care of you. He's going to watch over you.
Wow. You did it. You did it. You ruined Christmas. You ruined Frosty.
I didn't know that was in there.
That's awesome.
I wouldn't have played
He's
that
your
if I had
own
known.
little man.
You gave him a little
He can bring you
person.
snacks. He can clean up your room. He can push on the swing while I'm out of town with the other families.
I don't know even how to respond to that.
It's incredible.
That is.
How long did he have this little person?
Eventually, the mom got mad immediately.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. All right, we got more. We got more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Honey, look. 4 calling birds.
Do they have cell phones?
Well, yeah. They're called calling birds because they have 4 lines of Cricket 5G.
How do they pay?
Oh, easy. Each line is only $25 a month.
Who are they calling?
Beats me. One sec, gotta take this.
Join Cricket Nation and get 4 lines for $25 per month each. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. New lines only. All lines must be selected. Unlimited plan fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
In sports, it's the dream team. And if your car is out of warranty, there's a team for that as well. You, the driver, your mechanic, and Endurance to pay for the repair bills. I'm Danica Patrick. In the past 5 years, auto repair costs have gone up over 36%. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all. With an Endurance auto protection plan, no matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done by the certified mechanic of your choice. Plans cover 24/7 towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, and lockout services. Act now and get the benefits of our Elite Plan, a $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again. So call now for your free quote.
Call 800-289-5955. 800-289-5955. 800-289-5955.
Your new home is now ready. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new homes that are ready today. With new construction communities throughout the Puget Sound and Central Washington areas and more coming, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. At D.R. Horton, we're still building with more construction, more communities, and more homes available every day. Find your new home, now ready at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Your best source for local news, KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. The Supreme Court says it will weigh in on President Trump's attempts to end birthright citizenship. CBS's Melissa Quinn.
Plaintiffs represented by the ACLU saying that the Trump administration is asking the court here to rewrite over a century of understanding, and that in and of itself would have harmful consequences for the nation.
Several lower courts have blocked his attempt as unconstitutional. He signed an executive order his first day in office, decreeing that children born to parents in the U.S. illegally or on temporary visas would not automatically become citizens. A CDC vaccine advisory committee voted today to recommend babies get their first hepatitis B shot at 2 months of age rather than at birth. Michael Wallace reports.
Vice Chair Dr. Robert Malone voted for the change. He's one of several vaccine skeptics Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. appointed to the panel.
Policies that the American public have experienced during COVID has severely damaged their confidence in public health and in the vaccine enterprise.
Dr. Cody Meisner voted no.
We have heard do no harm is a moral imperative. We are doing harm.
The American Academy of Pediatrics opposed the change, saying the vaccine is safe and effective. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
President Trump has met with the leader of Canada and Mexico to discuss migration and trade. CBS's Natalie Brand.
The timing of this meeting is especially notable this week because the U.S. Trade Representative has actually been holding meetings this week here in D.C. on the big U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement that was negotiated under the first Trump administration. That is up for review next year. And this is something that has, a lot of trade groups, business owners who rely on North American trade, farmers concerned about the future of this deal.
The talks in Miami with Ukrainian representatives are continuing, as Linda Kenyon reports.
A Ukrainian delegation is talking with President Trump's envoy, Steve Witkoff, and the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. The talks, which began Thursday, followed discussions earlier this week in Moscow with Russian President Putin. President Trump has described those talks as very good and said negotiators were left with the impression that Putin wanted to make a deal. The talks in Miami with the Ukrainians are likely to last at least through Saturday. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
A federal judge today gave the Justice Department permission to release transcripts of grand jury investigation into Jeffrey Epstein's abuse of young girls in Florida. That case ended without any federal charges filed. On Wall Street today, stocks finished higher. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Not only does Progressive let you bundle your insurance, they also give you round-the-clock protection. Quote today at Progressive.com.
Coming up, a new bill looks to protect immigrant workers. That's after Nate Connors at the Real-Time Traffic Desk.
Thank you. This report brought to you by the Harnish Auto family here in Seattle. South 5, we're slow from 85th down to I-90. Gets real thick there through the U District. Linwood to Seattle, we're down to a half hour, though. Southbound 99 has cleared out through Seattle. Both of our lake bridges are all clear. South 405 is heavy from Southeast 8th and Bellevue down about 112th, and then it opens up for you. Bellevue to Renton, right around a half-hour drive. Little backup now down there in South Center. In Tukwila, eastbound 518, it is packed from the airport over to I-5, where we have a state trooper on the right shoulder, right near I-5, and that's slowing everyone down. The Valley Freeway, both directions of 167 are now packed through Pacific, and Tacoma to Olympia is at 45 minutes. You'll run into about a 2 to 3 mile backup at the JBLM main gate. Otherwise, this is pretty much wide open. 6 dealerships, 1 family. It's the Harnish Auto Family Year-End Super Sale. Wrap up the year with huge savings on popular new and pre-owned vehicles. Visit HarnishAutoFamily.com. KIRO Newsradio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Washington's Attorney General says he wants new protections for immigrants. AG Nick Brown was joined today by several lawmakers as they proposed the new Immigrant Worker Protection Act.
Tens of thousands of people in Washington now live in fear, scared to leave their house, to go to work, or to let their children go to school.
This measure would require companies to notify employees whenever federal authorities ask for proof of legal work status. The bill also says employers can only share that data when the agents have legal authorization, like a warrant. New data show more than half of violent crimes in Washington state are going unsolved. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay reports.
Marshall Clement, the director of the Council of States Government Justice Center, told a House committee on Thursday that just 44% of reported violent crimes in Washington were cleared by police last year.
Nothing else in our criminal justice system can happen, rehabilitation, deterrence, incapacitation, unless we have a system that actually solves the majority of violent crime.
Jeff Asher, a crime data analyst at Tulane University, says part of the problem is Washington's ongoing police staffing shortage. He says it's much harder now than it was 30 years ago to hire new officers. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Team USA will play in Seattle during next year's World Cup.
It's coming fast. It's coming furious. We've been planning for 2.5 years now.
KIRO 7 talking to soccer fans at a watch party for the FIFA Men's World Cup draw today. USA is set to face Australia at Lumen Field in June. Seattle's also hosting 6 total matches. Well, there is hope more ski resorts will fire up their lifts in the coming weeks, as we hear from KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson.
Snowpack across the state dismal, a fraction of what it normally is across Washington.
Had it been a little bit colder, we would have had more snowmaking and a lot more natural snowfall. And
Mission Ridge, the first to open because of their higher elevation and drier air, makes for more favorable snowmaking conditions. Other areas already have their staff in place.
This weekend we get a little tease.
Michael Fagan, a meteorologist who looks out for powder days, says the National Weather Service predicts the PNW to bounce back.
Let's check the weather now. Brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Looks like just rain for now. Also some late night snow for higher elevations in places like Stevens Pass, and then rain at times this weekend. Right now, 56 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Folks, you're about to hear some great audio. Jacob has informed us. Jacob is filling in for Laura, who's out today. Jacob has informed us we have more of this insane audio from Jackie Vernon's son, David. Jackie Vernon was the voice actor of Frosty the Snowman. He also had apparently a bunch of families that may or may not have been known about by his son in the audio. All his previous sons, he named Ralph for some reason. Just a bunch of stuff we're going to talk about.
Not really the headline, but his real name was Ralph Arino. Was that a common? I never heard that before.
Ralph or
Dave, his son, said his name was Ralph Arino.
Yeah. No, Jackie Arino was the stage name, and that was very common in the era to have a stage name. Yeah.
Well, I'm commenting on the idea of someone being named Ralph Arino. I'm familiar with Ralph. Is that normally, are all Ralphs secretly Ralph Arinos, and I just didn't know about this?
Was Arino his last name?
Oh, maybe.
Because, I've got an uncle, Ralph.
Oh, my gosh.
I've got an uncle, Ralph. It was not Ralph Arino.
I was trying to figure out what you were guessing at.
Sorry.
Jacob. Because you're thinking of it as almost like a nickname.
What do you want for dinner, Ralph Aroni?
Yeah, it's like,
Jake Arino or Spike Arino.
His name's Christopher, but we call him Chris.
That's right.
You thought his first full name was Ralph Arino.
Ralph Arino Fugaz.
It's really Italian or something. I don't know. Thank you for clearing that up. I'm sorry. I didn't realize what I was stepping into there.
Well, you thought you were shocked. Wait till you hear what this kid found out. This is nothing.
I'm so glad you figured it out. Because I was like, what in the heck is he talking about? Ralph Arino? That's a totally fine name. It's not like a great sounding name, but it's a fine name.
Jackie Vernon was the full name. They called him Jackie.
Jackie Vernon.
Jackie Vernon.
Ralph
Arino. Jackie Vernon, Ralph Arino was this given name.
So
too long for the marquee. Can you shorten it?
All right. So we're going to have to replay the birthday gift thing.
Yes.
If you guys didn't hear us last segment, we're going to play this in a minute. It's the most bizarre birthday gift you've ever heard.
Recap the story for folks who. Yeah.
This is going to be the end of because we're right now in our Friday favorite segment.
Oh, I don't know. I think this might qualify.
Oh, this does. This has made the cut, but this is going to be the finale. It's so good. It's going to be the finale.
Okay,
so in
fair
about
enough.
6-7 minutes, we're going to start playing this audio.
Great.
And you'll great. Just going to laugh yourself into the bottom of the hour, and then you'll share this story with your friends, and then you guys can go back and you can watch us on YouTube, and you can watch us play the audio, and you can all laugh together. You should be doing that anyway. If you go to KIRO News Radio, if you look up YouTube, go to KIRO News Radio 97.3, you can watch the Jake and Spike Show live. It's a ton of fun. You can see us all. We got these beautiful new cameras. The cameras are really nice. The lights are... we're still working on those.
It's surgical theater caliber lighting in here. It's
very bright.
I could literally take out my own spleen with the lighting in this room.
I would watch that.
And that'd be available on our YouTube channel. There you go, right?
It's on YouTube, yes. Yeah. It's very bright in here, but that's okay. So you guys should be watching that. Or you can download the KIRO Radio app, and then you can listen to us there. You can also watch us there. It's a ton of fun. All right, let's get into our favorite audio of the week. We had a bunch of great stuff. This was I'd say this is one of our best weeks we've ever had.
We had a good week.
I'd say top 2.
We had a good week. Let's aim higher, though. Let's get to better next week.
Let's get to 1. Yeah. Let's get to top 1.
Yeah.
Spike, what was your absolute favorite story of the week? What's the one thing you hang your hat on?
You know what's funny? If I have to think about it, the story of Cooley, the rescued dog. We had we brought this in. You brought this in.
People love that dog.
Over last Sunday, over the weekend, on Sunday evening, a couple from Roslyn, Washington, Paige and Seth Graham, were walking their dog Cooley out in the local urban forest they have near Roslyn. It's a beautiful part of the country.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cooley was on the walk with them, and then Cooley disappeared. And after some searching, they found Cooley had fallen into a 20-foot deep crevasse.
Which could have been deeper, actually. Remember, it had a deeper part.
And the crevasse was about 1.5 feet wide at its widest point. And they didn't know what to do, so they called.
They couldn't
for
dig
help
the dog out
because it was sandstone. Right.
Yeah.
Long story short, Cooley spent about 7 hours in this crevasse, in a crevasse that was flooded with frozen melt-off water, so ice-cold water. So there was a worry about hypothermia. They called various different organizations and rescue groups. Kittitas County Sheriff's Office was called, Kittitas County Fire District 7. Kittitas County Search and Rescue, City of Roslyn Fire, all these people. Kittitas Valley Fire Search and Rescue. But the Washington State Animal Response Team, the WASART, we spoke to a gentleman who helped us out.
Adam Ybarra. He's with the Kittitas County Search and Rescue.
Yeah, and they talked about the 7-hour ordeal and the lengths that this rescue community and the citizens of the area, the neighbors of this couple went through to help rescue this dog.
What was really interesting, too, is so the dog's about between 20 and 30 feet down, and they had to construct some sort of an apparatus to try to get a rope around the dog so they could pull it up. But the dog doesn't want to be tied up.
No, because the dog is scared.
In the best of circumstances,
right.
But it's certainly not 30 feet down.
Right.
They're trying to figure out, how do you manipulate rope 30 feet away
They're
on the end of it?
Inventing equipment.
Yeah.
They're literally taking PVC piping and making a harness or a noose.
As the light is fading.
Right.
I mean, they're very fortunate this happened in the morning because they had the time to,
light to work with, temperatures to work within.
But they were also planning for a long night of they weren't going to give up.
Right.
So they were bringing in outdoor, you've seen these on the sidelines of NFL games and stuff, but those outdoor heating
blowers.
Units.
Yes. They could blow down into the crevasse.
Bringing in lights, anything they could to help make it work. But they finally get a rope around this dog, and
Cooley,
they just pull up Cooley. And so we asked him, Adam, when he was on the show, he's like, what was the general feeling like when you were standing there after 7 hours staring down at this hole? And, you got the couple who, they're right there. They're just beside themselves, trying to get their dog. What was the feeling like when you finally got the dog up? And he got a little emotional telling us. What was that like when Cooley finally came up?
Everyone just starts cheering and the lines are being pulled up. Excuse me, sorry.
That's okay, brother.
I didn't think I was going to get emotional.
Nah, man, it's well merited.
How sweet is that even after that many days, he was still, a little verklempt talking about it.
I get emotional thinking about it because our pets are dear to us. Anybody who's a pet owner, whoever has been throughout the course of their life, they know how important pets are to our well-being, our mental health, the joy of our life. And the fact that these people who all do voluntary work, well, the same thing can be said with all people, all things, humans, pets, everybody.
Sure.
But these organizations who are mostly volunteer organizations, they're not publicly funded. They're private organizations like WASARD, Washington State Animal Response Team. They could use your help. Kittitas County Search and Rescue Dogs could use your help. All these people, the community came into play. Oh, it was just wonderful that they weren't going to give up. As you mentioned, Cooley was 20 feet down in this crevasse, but below they saw
there was a drop off.
There was a drop off below,
so it could have gone even further.
Right,
and maybe unreachable at that point.
And it just really struck my heart. it did me well. I felt so great hearing how the community rallied, the neighbors rallied, the resources all rallied, and this pup was saved.
It reminded me of Baby Jessica. Do you remember Baby Jessica?
In the well, you
Everybody,
bet. Yeah.
Jacob, do you remember Baby Jessica?
I do not.
Buddy,
80s,
you're missing out.
I want to say early 80s, maybe late 80s.
How do I know about it? Because
it was international news. A baby fell into a well, and for like almost 24 hours, I think, or longer.
Like a pipe.
Yeah.
A baby in a pipe.
And they literally stopped at nothing.
What year was it? Did you have it looked up?
Well, she was born in 86, so it probably would have been, depending on how old she was.
I think she was like probably a toddler. I think she was like maybe a year and a half. Maybe.
38 years ago. Yeah, she's 39 years old now.
All right, so I was just a wee lad when this happened, but I remember watching that. No, I don't remember it on the news. But historically, I have heard the story. And
yeah, it was international news that
they had to
rescue.
dig down. So what they had to do and figure out how to do, because they couldn't pull her out of the tube.
Right.
They had to dig down beside the tube.
Right.
And then cut into the side of the tube to try to figure out how to get her out. It
was a miracle.
A miracle.
A miracle this child lived.
It's
and
a
is
miracle.
Now 39 years old. Yeah.
Did she fall in?
Yeah, she fell in.
And survived. Amazing.
And fell down like 30-some feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine as a parent? Oh my gosh. I can't even.
Right?
It's tough for me to even put myself, I don't even want to like pretend to put myself in that headspace.
No.
My brain would just break. But they got her, which is amazing. And they got this dog, which is great.
You ever been stuck in anything? You ever been stuck somewhere?
In a pipe?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Spike, wait.
You've been stuck.
Hold on, let me
Where
ask
have
you.
Been stuck?
Spike, have you ever been stuck in a pipe?
Yes. The only reason I asked the question is because I have an answer and I want to tell a story. Have you not learned anything about me?
If you had just said no and then moved on.
All right. Buckle up, everybody. What happened?
The year was 1972. I was 9
born,
years old.
Jessica.
Not a lot of people know this about me. See the scar on my forehead? No, seriously, we were playing ball in the street, playing stick ball in the street, as kids did in that era, as we're chasing our hoops down the street with our sticks.
Stick and hoop?
We're playing ball, and the only ball we had went down a sewer hole. And it went down the sewer, and it rolled down a pipe, which is a small, low-grade downhill slope, as all pipes are for drainage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I was the youngest of the crew. I was the youngest brother of all the friends involved, so I was the one designated I could get in the pipe and crawl down and get the ball back, which I did.
So far, this is just the plot of Stephen King's It. Are you sure?
I had a sailboat, and I loved clowns.
You're wearing your little yellow jacket.
My little yellow jacket, which I still have to this day.
Oh.
No, seriously, they literally had to put a rope around I had to call the fire department. I was stuck like 20.
How long were you in that pipe?
Hour and a half, probably 2 hours.
Oh, that's horrifying.
And the fire department came and literally, James, the fire department's here. It was a scene, I swear to you, it was a scene out of Christmas Story.
Like the music?
They literally put a harness around my feet and they told me what to do, put my feet together, lift them off the pipe surface so they could put a rope around my foot and drag me back out of the pipe. And if it had started raining, I'd have been dead. I'd have drowned. If it had started to rain, I would have drowned. It wasn't a cloud in the sky, but
you're right.
Yeah.
You could have.
Yeah.
Were you? How old were you?
9.
9.
Yeah.
So you remember this?
Oh yeah. I am claustrophobic. So claustrophobic.
I was gonna say
to this day.
Like, could you play Super Mario Brothers?
I can't go near us. I can't go near. Nope.
Can't do it.
I want to play. I'd love to play.
I'd love
can't.
to play, but
I'd love to climb into a sewer drain. I can't do it anymore. It's ruined for me. Ruined it for me.
I'm really sorry that happened.
Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate it. But maybe that's why this story
hit home,
stuck so much.
You were the dog.
I was Cooley.
You are Baby Jessica.
Yeah, and the community rallied around to pull me back. Nobody wrote a song for me, anything like that.
No,
like they
they
did
should.
for Baby Jessica.
Well, she's a cute little baby. But yeah, I'm sure you're a cute little
I think
9-year-old.
I'm
cute little kid.
No, that was my last year of cuteness. Was 9. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it all went downhill.
It's all
that sewer really changed your life.
It did. I came out different.
I came out and people treated me.
All the cuteness drained right out. You could look into your eyes. You'd been through something.
Yeah, dude,
you grew up that day.
Changed kid.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's just that explains a lot about you.
It really, really does. I can't play stickball.
Understand
if I see
more.
a ball, I just break into tears.
Yeah,
it's sad.
Or a sewer. Just get away from me.
It's closing in.
Oh, crazy. So you probably really hated it. That movie.
Oh, I no, can't even.
I couldn't watch it because I just don't like scary things. But for you, there's double.
It hits home.
Oh boy, that's awful.
I can't go to Maine.
Horrifying.
I'd love to go to Maine.
It's horrifying. All right, let's get to mine here real fast. This was my favorite audio of the week. It's nowhere near as good as you're being stuck in a sewer, but it's your tax dollars going down the drain. So I guess it's kind of a similar thing.
Well done.
This guy, Sean Scott, he's a state rep. I think he represents Seattle. He is proposing a new...
No common sense district would elect this man. Come on.
If I had to give you a guess of where he represents, then you probably could have picked it. But he is proposing this new tax on companies that make over $7 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
If they have more than 50 employees and they make more than $7 million a year, then there would be a tax on any employee that makes over $125,000.
Right. A new payroll tax, statewide.
A 5% tax.
Right.
Yeah. And this is an income tax, right?
Yeah, yes it is.
And so he's proposing this. He was on this Capitol steps in Olympia talking about this. Brandy Cruz asked him this question because this is targeting companies like, they're saying it's targeting companies like Amazon and the Microsofts and the big companies who everybody thinks are so flush with cash that they could just pour as much money as they want into the economy. Those are easier companies to imagine paying something like this because they have so much money. But this the umbrella of people that would be caught under this is wide and is not all giant tech companies with seemingly unlimited amounts of cash. And so Brandy Cruz asked him, though, specifically about a company like Amazon. He had this to say, and I thought this was kind of an interesting clip, so then we can chat about it.
Do you think that Amazon and Microsoft are a net good for our state?
Say more about that. When you say net good, what do you mean?
Do you think they contribute and add more value to our state than they detract?
I think that workers, were they to collectivize, could come up with something like Amazon on their own, but that Amazon has a very difficult time providing the value that you would like to see in reverse. In other words, I think that working people getting together, forming unions, coming out and lobbying for policies such as this, could create something that resembled an Amazon corporation without that added layer of exploitation. But I don't know that Amazon's leadership...
When he says exploitation, what he means is like incredibly high pay and benefits.
...such as it is would be able to do something like that on its own. So I'm much more concerned with the social good of people that are in Washington State that want to be here, that believe in Washington State enough to fight for well-funded public programs. And they can speak for themselves through other channels if they would like to.
There's a couple of things that I found that made me my favorite clip of the week. And I had a tough time choosing. We had a lot of great stuff this week.
We did.
We had AI teddy bears teaching kids about kinks, okay? We had a lot of good stuff this week. But the reason I found that one so interesting is that he talks about there that if workers were to collectivize, unionize, they could just come up with an Amazon.
Sure.
Which...
So he's trying to downplay the benefit Amazon brings. That's what he's. I can only assume that's what he's attempting to do there.
Yeah, of course, that's what he's trying to do. Yes.
Downgrade the benefit that Amazon has brought to this region.
Yeah, which is what she asked him. She's net positive. Right. He can't say. I think it would be really interesting for them to just go. Like nothing is stopping them from doing that, right? So you could, if you wanted to, just get together and try to form a company like Amazon. It's already been done. It's called Amazon. They did it. Jeff Bezos did it. He didn't do it collectively. He did it by himself, with investors. I think his parents even invested in the company initially.
I think that's correct, yeah.
It took an incredible amount of effort. He started with books, and now it's the everything store, and you can buy everything under the sun. And the book is right there. The roadmap is right there. If they want to do it, do it. But don't sit there and denigrate companies like Amazon and companies like Microsoft.
Yeah.
You could not have picked... Just like Katie Wilson standing up in front of Starbucks on the day that Bruce Harrell concedes, before she even says, hey, I won, the first thing she went and did is stand in front of Starbucks and jump onto that strike and say, you shouldn't drink Starbucks. These are very important companies for us locally.
Yes, they are.
They mean a lot to our region locally. They employ a lot of people, way more people than he probably wants to admit. Amazon's the largest employer in the state.
Mm-hmm. And we're talking about taxing companies like Microsoft, like Amazon, like Starbucks.
Yeah.
These massive employers. And we were on different sides of this because I think maybe they could pay more in taxes.
Yeah, we disagree with that. If people want to listen to that interview, that argument, I think that was Wednesday, maybe.
I think it's a great choice about this choice of audio that we played because, I mean, Brandy Cruz threw him a softball. And I know I spoke to it earlier in the week. I'm like, is it a net gain? Of course it's a net gain. Of course it is. Only a fool would try to argue that it's not a net gain.
Yeah.
Could they do more to benefit the society that has benefited them? Absolutely. There's your political answer.
That's exactly what he should have said. You should advise his campaign.
And don't try to, jujitsu yourself into a rationalization that says Amazon isn't a net plus for this region.
Here's the other thing that I literally talked to a business owner, a local business owner today about this. who is not an Amazon or a Microsoft, this will discourage new jobs. Across all of these businesses that are affected, they will find alternatives where they will either pay people less, they will hire fewer people so they don't cross that threshold of 50,
or they will leave,
or they will move their company out of the
yeah.
state. And if he thinks he's going to make more money than lose more money, then I think he should look at history and find out if this is really something that he wants to propose. And I hope that this thing doesn't end up going through and passing, because I think it's
not in this iteration. Even for me, somebody thinks maybe they could pay more. There's a different, better way to do it than this.
When we come back, we're going to play that Frosty audio.
Thank you.
It's the best. You're gonna love it. All right, stick around. We'll be right back.
Save the date, Wednesday, December 10th. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th Annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for more than 6,500 kids in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of Holiday Magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Wednesday, December 10th. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
Paid political announcement.
More than half of short-term rentals across Washington are booked by Washingtonians. Families traveling for their children's tournaments and games. Firefighters fighting wildfires. Traveling nurses providing critical care. Every day, short-term rentals are helping make travel more affordable. Legislators in Olympia are considering increasing taxes on short-term rentals. But with the cost of everything going up, we can't take another price increase. Keep travel affordable for us. Paid for by Airbnb helps our state thrive host pack.
At Care Partners Senior Living, we believe in providing quality care at an affordable price. Instead of spending on luxury and expensive art, we invest in our people and accommodations with a focus on compassionate overall health. Our communities offer independent, assisted living and memory care designed to preserve dignity, independence in your estate. Affordable, personal, trusted. That's our promise. Please give us a call. We have beautiful Care Partners communities throughout Washington and Arizona. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Olympic Hot Tub has more ways than ever to achieve total wellness at home. Immerse yourself in a saltwater hot spring spa and let jets melt stress away. Enjoy a refreshing swim in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to healing warmth and detox in a Tilo sauna. Then awaken mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
What does VA mean to me?
A place for my daughter to call home. Thanks to the VA Home Loan.
A new lease on life. The best healthcare team I've ever had is here at VA.
And education, and the opportunity to open doors I never thought possible with my GI Bill.
The financial support I need to manage the disabilities I developed because of my service.
Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
Get ready, because Murphy Auction is closing out the year with a massive Marysville equipment auction with the complete dispersal of AA rentals, 7 mini excavators, 17 skid steers, tractors, backhoes, telescopic forklifts, and over 100 gas-powered landscaping tools. Need something heavier? A John Deere 85G excavator, a Hitachi ZX290LC, a Cat CS563E roller, and 10 high-reach boom lifts, plus 3 big-time dump trucks hit the block, a 2018 Kenworth T880 Super Solo, a 2019 Peterbilt quad axle, and a 2005 Kenworth T800 quad axle, plus a fleet of 6 2017 to 2019 Peterbilt 567 tractors. The biggest auction of the year of heavy equipment, trucks, and more is underway now and closes at 10 a.m. Thursday, December 11th. Visit murphyauction.com for details. That's murphyauction.com.
From holiday hosting to unforgettable gifts, Omaha Steaks delivers the world's best steak experience. And now, during their Sizzle All the Way sale, you can get 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Plus, our listeners get an extra $35 off with promo code SKY at checkout. I was lucky enough to receive Omaha Steaks as a gift, and it was everything I had hoped for. Items were individually packaged so I could cook for the entire family. Or if I was the only one home, I would treat myself with a delicious steak, sides, and even dessert. I loved those nights by myself. Right now is the perfect time to save on delicious gifts and holiday hosting favorites. Every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland. It's holiday magic made easy. Save big on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their Sizzle All the Way sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code SKY at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com, code SKY.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
KIRO News Radio. Breaking news.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Gornillo. This just into the newsroom. Seattle police have now released body camera video from Tuesday's deadly officer-involved shooting near the Othello light rail station.
Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Drop the gun! Drop it!
Officers responding at around 1:30 p.m. to reports of a shirtless man waving a gun near Salish C Elementary. Video shows the man ignoring those officers' commands and pointing a gun at them. Officers fired multiple shots, killing the man near MLK Junior Way in South Othello. An independent team with the King County Sheriff's Office is leading that investigation. Metal thieves have stolen some plaques and bronze markers from a cemetery in Sumner. VA will replace those markers for veterans, and the city will cover the rest, according to Sumner PD. Police now say they plan to boost security, and they ask anyone with information to give them a call. Nearly 8 new miles of light rail track are coming tomorrow between SeaTac and Federal Way. As KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports, it's been a long time coming.
Delayed almost a year, King County Councilmember Pete Von Reichbauer is happy it's finally here.
South King County's always felt it's the poor stepchild when it comes to transportation. This is the beginning of being accepted into the full family.
The new Kent-Des Moines station will get you to Seattle in 42 minutes. Federal Way to SeaTac Airport, just 16 minutes. The cost of the project ballooned to $3 billion at one point, but Sound Transit says it came under that number by $500 million. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Architects behind Seattle's Museum of Pop Culture has died. CBS's Matt Piper has more on the life and work of Frank Gehry.
This is how Frank Gehry described one of his most acclaimed buildings, the Disney Concert Hall in downtown Los Angeles.
This is a curve, and that curve leads you into here. It fits in, yeah.
That's what he was known for, playful, free-flowing shapes with unexpected angles.
And how do you get a big monster building to have any feeling? The movement makes that happen.
He designed, he said, to inspire. Matt Piper, CBS News.
Gehry was 96. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk at 2:33. Here's Nate Connors.
Seattle Sports has an update. We're starting to see volumes pick up, as we would assume for this time of day. Everett to Marysville, 10 minutes. Minor slowing between the Boeing Freeway and Highway 2, and then again from 528 up to the Outlet Mall there in Marysville. Eastbound 526, you're heavy from the Boeing plant over to I-5. Now, Bellevue to Everett, Seattle to Everett are both wide open. Linwood to Seattle, 25 minutes. It's packed in the U-District in the downtown. Southbound 405, you're packed from Northeast 8th and Bellevue down about 112th there in Newcastle. Bellevue to Renton, plan on a half hour. Seattle to Federal Way is up to 35 minutes. The Valley Freeway looking good in the north end. The south end, though, southbound is heavy from Algona into Sumner. And, of course, northbound, we've got that traffic jam through Pacific. Tacoma to Olympia, a 15-minute commute. You're crowded through parts of South Tacoma, and then a 3-mile solid backup through JBLM. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain at times today, staying breezy as well. More showers through the weekend. And a winter storm warning also in effect tonight for the mountains, mainly across places like Stevens Pass. Some heavy snow, treacherous travel at times. Right now, 56 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show.
Do you like Christmas movies, Aaron?
Sure. Who doesn't like a good Christmas movie?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like Frosty the Snowman?
I don't like Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, then you're going to love this next
This is a story for you.
Good.
Oh, okay. All right, listen to this. This is Frosty the Snowman.
Happy birthday!
You recognize this?
I said
Cartoon,
my first
1963.
words. But
yeah, sure.
But
yeah,
snowmen can't talk. The great Jackie Vernon, comedian, voice actor.
All right,
Come on now.
All right, so
This is good.
Jackie Vernon had a son named David, and David went on a podcast to talk about his life as Jackie Vernon's son.
Okay.
And he says that they didn't know it until they showed up on their front step, but his dad apparently had a bunch of secret families and other kids.
Oh.
All named them the same name, Ralph, which is his real name.
Secret family.
Ralphione.
How many families?
Was it Ralph?
At least 3, I think. Yeah.
What was his last name? Ralph
Ralpharino.
Ralpharino.
Okay.
Inside joke. They named him Ralph. So listen to him talk about this mom showing up on his porch, and then I'm going to get to actually crazy cut. This is wild.
I don't know who answered the door. I might have answered the door, and there was a woman there with a kid who was older than I was. He was probably in his late teens, and he was a little rough around the edges looking. And the woman asked to speak to my dad, and I said, my dad's on the road. He's not home. And then I remember she was very firm. She's like, well, I want to
He'll be back on Christmas Day.
Speak to your mother then. So my mom came, and I guess she assessed what the situation was right away, but my mom told me to go upstairs and talk to her. But I heard like a somewhat heated conversation going on.
Horrible for snowmen.
And then a couple minutes later they left, and I had to know. I was like, so I asked my mom, who was that? And it finally kind of came out that before our family, my dad had been married.
All right, he's making this. He's drawing the point out. Yeah. A bunch of other kids apparently.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay, so that part. So then he talks about, and this is the craziest part, and Jacob found this, and this is wild. We had only originally planned on talking about the other kids.
Yeah, how do you live a secret life? How do you have multiple families and not your family that you live
voice
with?
Actor.
Yes.
So his dad gave him a really crazy gift on his birthday. Listen to this. Now, I will say, I read the article about this guy. Apparently, he had like a problem with Quaaludes and all this.
He had an addiction to
stuff that happened back then that doesn't happen as much these days.
Yeah.
So listen to what his dad wakes him up in the middle of the night and gives him this gift one time.
It was the middle of the night, and there was a little knock on the door, and he came in, and
a little knock. Remember that?
He brought me Chinese food, and he's like, "Okay, David, I've got you ready for your birthday present?" And I was so excited. I was like, "Yes." And I was just thinking, what on earth could it be? And he opens the door wider, and this 50-year-old little person walks in the room and just kind of stares at me. And my dad said, "David, this is your birthday present." And I said, "Oh, my birthday present?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's going to take care of you. He's going to be your special friend." Every boy should have a little person. He said W.C. Fields used to always have one. And I was like, "He's mine? This is a gift?" He's like, yeah. He's going to live with us, and he's going to take care of you. He's going to watch over you.
Wow.
Wow.
And it gets weirder.
My mom kind of came in, assessed the situation, got me back to bed. And, from what I could hear, there was a very heated conversation coming
horrible for snowmen.
From down the room. I remember my mom saying, you don't know this man. Like, you just picked him up off the road. What do you...
Somebody's throwing away a perfectly good little person.
My dad's saying, he used to be part of a husband and wife dance team, but his wife passed away and he's lonely. And my mom said, what if he's an axe murderer? And my dad's like, honey, he's not big enough to hold an axe. He can't hurt anybody.
This is real. This really happened. And this guy lived with them for a while.
So then my dad, a couple days later, left on the road, and he continued to live with us. And his job was to walk me to school. And I was so embarrassed and humiliated by this. And my mom would try to stop it. And he reeked of alcohol all the time. It was like, sorry, Hazel, Jackie told me I got to take David to school. So he lived with us for about 3 or 4 months until my mom figured out how to get rid of him.
Okay, so how did she figure out how to resolve this?
Somehow my mom found out that he had a gambling problem and that's why he was on the skids. So my dad was going to be playing in Las Vegas, and my mom decided to bring me and my sisters to Vegas, but she also bought a ticket for this person. And she gave him some money to start gambling with. And then apparently it just like the gambling addiction kicked in, and he kept asking for more money and he became more desperate. And then my dad kind of saw this other side of him that he didn't like. Then all of a sudden that was the end of him.
That's good parenting.
From the mother or the father?
This is one.
Once the dad realized he went too far.
That's right. And he thought it was all like
problem.
It's a Christmas story.
That's too much.
It is a Christmas story. Yeah. You're right. It is kind of like a weird, dark. It's kind of like a Bad Santa or something.
I was thinking the same thing.
Somebody should make a movie out of this. Yeah. Oh, man. What a story! Unbelievable.
Yeah. You wouldn't believe it though. Like.
Yeah.
It's you can't write that and believe that.
The 60s were a crazy time. Hollywood's still a crazy place. Hollywood's still crazy, but they're not. You're not giving people away to your kids as gifts. Wow. And it's like they're not that crazy. That's
nuts. See, when we first, you're not going to be the birthday present that Jackie Vernon gave his son David. I'm thinking, okay, stripper.
That's what I thought.
Right?
How old was David at the time?
Well, he only turned 13 once. He was a kid. He was a kid. He's walking him to school.
He was a kid, yeah.
He wasn't driving him to college.
But that's what I thought, too. When he opened the door, he's going to, an inappropriate, he's certainly giving a person an inappropriate
Here's a little
gift,
person. I'm thinking, oh, great. Little person.
That's what I thought. But then he was like
No, he's yours to keep. He's going to care for you. I'll be out of town. He's going to help your mom out around the house.
That was
wink, nudge, nudge.
Actually, what it was, he thought he was doing something nice because he was traveling so much.
Right. He's a little helper around the house.
Do you think this is a Quaalude idea, like an idea that he has when he's high? He had problems, right? He had addiction problems.
I don't mean to make fun at someone's misery, but that's a hurting person with a broken sensibilities.
I think it's okay to laugh a little.
Okay, yeah.
We're all laughing because it's unbelievably bizarre.
I think at the absurdity of being woken up by your dad and then like
here's your gift. Here's your own little person.
But why did he give him Chinese food in addition?
Right.
I think the old man brought enough Chinese food and here's some Chinese food.
It was definitely their leftovers when they were hanging out before.
So he and this guy were eating
pork and a little person.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you to my son. Come home with me. Oh, wild. All right. Well, why don't we read some text messages next and see what you guys think about this? We got that coming up. Stick around.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
What's your holiday tradition?
It's G. Scott here. For me, it's gathering with loved ones around a meal that brings joy. For many families, that tradition feels out of reach. Next time you shop at Safeway, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors. Your gift provides groceries to families across Washington, giving them access to nutritious food and the dignity to shop like the rest of us and choose what's meaningful for their holiday table. Visit nourishingneighbors.com and donate at your Safeway checkout. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com. Or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done. With precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way. With a dedication to lasting quality. Trusted performance and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Stacy, are you wearing yoga pants to go shopping? Oh, we're not going out shopping. We're staying in with JTV. I love Jewelry Television. Their pearls, their lab-grown diamond jewelry. Oh, hello. What about their Italian gold and moissanite fire? Okay, but what about the guys on my holiday list? Relax. JTV has gifts galore, even for men, like watches and sunglasses.
Watch JTV live and on streaming or shop JTV.com for up to 80% off select items.
Ready to shop? Yes, but can I borrow a pair of sweats?
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
It's a fact. When your eyes work correctly, light focuses through both your cornea and your lens to give you high-quality vision. Hi, it's Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision. Here's another fact. As we near age 50, we begin to lose the quality and function of our natural lens. That's when we start to reach for reading glasses and contemplate those cataracts on the horizon, typically in our 70s or later, but inevitable if we get old enough. Fortunately, K2 Vision has the advanced permanent solution for both, refractive lens exchange, or RLE. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. Plus, another thing is permanent. You will never develop a cataract. After over 20 years replacing over 100,000 failing lenses, we will help you determine when it's your right time for RLE. Go to k2visionrle.com and schedule a free Zoom consultation today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers. permanently.
Looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Christmas starts at the Victorian Christmas Festival, presented by Puyallup Chocolates, December 4th through 7th at the Washington State Fair Events Center. Buy tickets at VictorianChristmasFestival.com.
KIRO News Radio has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game, Sunday, December 14th. Head to the KIRO News Radio app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the KIRO News Radio app, the better your odds will be. Do it every day, December 2nd through December 8th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win. From the station where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
All right, welcome back to the show. We got a ton of text messages today. Jacob, do you want to start us off?
Yes.
Some of these?
So we talked about that guy who literally ran into a building in, was it Monroe?
Yes.
Area code 206. Careful, Jake. My wife was due in 3 weeks. We went to my buddy's birthday party, and she's my designated driver, so I had a few. Her water broke at the party at midnight.
Man. You know what, though? I feel like in the last few weeks of a pregnancy, you got to be aware, too, that, that baby could drop at any time.
Yeah, what are you having a 9-month lady do? Is your DD?
The perfect time, honestly, for like designated pregnant wife driver is second trimester.
There you go.
You've gotten past the pregnancy sickness in the first.
Yeah.
You're not far enough along that you're really worried that the baby's going to arrive any second.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's the dream zone for heavy drinking on the husband's part. Yeah. I mean, that's my personal
Although,
advice.
if you pull over the side of the road and somebody's puking in the car and a cop pulls over, he says, well, it's morning sickness, officer.
Yeah.
She's throwing up. That's all.
But it's late at night, buddy.
Doug in Mount Vernon says, the Monroe DUI suspect was a victim of the road runner. He thought it was a tunnel. It was an alley painted on the side of the building. Oh, that's great.
Funny. That's funny. All right. On the rescue dog, we ended up talking about you getting stuck in a pipe as well. And Rick the plumber says, I've been stuck in a pipe.
Thanks, brother. There are meetings. We go to them all the time.
Good for you, Rick. I like that.
Be in Puyallup. So we also ended up everybody that could get stuck in anything we discussed. So Be in Puyallup says, I remember when they played Winnie the Pooh while baby Jessica was down there and she was humming back.
That's right.
He's the sweetest part of the story. Yeah. Just to comfort her. Oh my gosh, that story. Let's hear. All right. Area code 509 says, OMG, because between this frosty stuff and Spike's getting stuck in a pipe story, you guys have me crying, laughing so hard. Thank you, 509.
Thanks, 509. Yeah. Struck by lightning, Josh in Auburn says, as someone who has been struck by lightning, I can confirm that it will shoot you across the room. When I was a kid, I was struck standing at my front door next to a metal mailbox and a metal screen door. Yep, nothing but metal around me. Lightning hit it, and it hit me. It went through the metal, and then it grounded itself. But the strike was enough to go through me and launch me into my living room, front door, 10 feet across the room.
That's insane.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Josh.
Blast.
That's tough. Good for you for surviving that.
Amy in Redmond, our neighbor would make us put on sneakers if we were there playing during a lightning storm. I don't know if that's enough.
Grounded, right?
Rubber?
Yeah, it grounds you, yeah.
Okay.
That's why I say safest in a car because of the tires, right? It's not an always.
Let's see here. Charlie on the beach in Seattle says the bear jumping on John Candy under the collapsed door is the best scene ever in Great Outdoors.
It is great.
He might be right.
Yeah.
Charlie, thank you very much.
Listener weekend plans. John in the 573. I want to make sure we get this. My wife Danielle and I celebrating our 24th wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary if you're listening, babe. That's nice.
Happy
That's not from me.
anniversary.
That's from John.
John and Danielle, and from us to you guys, from John to John and Danielle.
Congratulations.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah,
that's phenomenal. Let's see here. Austin in Arlington says, I'm planning on listening to the Jake and Spike show on repeat for 24 hours a day, wearing my favorite piece of leather drapery. So basically the usual.
Wow. What a great weekend.
T in Conway, we have a booth at the Holiday Makers Fair Craft Bazaar at Cavallero Mid-High in Lake Stevens, Saturday from 10 to 3.
Nice.
140 local artists and crafters selling handmade items that make unique holiday
Good
gifts.
luck,
Great
T.
weekend.
Good luck. On World Cup, Goodfellas says the refs have so much more say in soccer, and a hanky on the play is more like a little flag saying you got caught. Spike will totally. He says you're going to get into it. You're going to have a lot of fun watching.
I'm looking forward to it, actually. Yeah. Sam Redmond says, I am Iranian American, but far more American than Iranian. I grew up playing soccer, coach, and I've been a lifelong fan. I will not go to watch Iran play because they are the worst team in the competition. They have a few good players, but as a team, they are terrible. New Zealand is a weak team as well, so it would be a total waste of money.
He's not going to see that matchup.
Interesting.
That's fair. We were debating on the name. President Trump was suggesting that they should change the name of football to something else because soccer is called football internationally. Kurt in San Juan said you should just call it oval ball. I don't know if that's going to catch on, like football, oval ball.
If I have to pick, I'm going to go gridiron, but I really don't want to change it at all.
We talked about safety exchange zones, places that you can go if you are purchasing something from a stranger online. And I will say, we had some texters text in to say that there are lots of police agencies in the region that will also allow you to do this. Kristen Lake Tapp says, whenever I buy something online and they want to meet up, I always give the address of a police station that I know. And if they look it up and say they don't want to meet there, then I don't buy the item. They're too suspicious.
Wow, that's smart. That's super smart.
Very smart. I'm going to end on this one real fast. CJ in Bothell says, thank you. When we were talking about climate change stuff, I love to hear people with different points of view discussing anything respectfully and not screaming at each other, which we do every day.
Yeah, we try.
It's great to hear how two people on opposite sides can interact and sometimes just end up disagreeing, and that's great. Even if you don't agree, you set a great example, and you're both so handsome. I added that last part. Thank you, CJ. That's super nice. I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend, whatever you're doing. John Curley's coming up next. We will be back here on Monday, and we'll see you then. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.
The Seahawks surge to the playoffs continues with a trip down south.
Fires down the middle, intercepted!
Against the Falcons in Atlanta.
They do a good job. They do a really good job. They are a really good blitzing team.
Aiming for their 10th win of the season and looking to stay atop a three-way tie in the NFL's toughest division. Every game is a must-win.
And this one goes to the house!
Kickoff Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Pregame at 7.
Where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. And Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Leaking in rocks, and the moon is creeping in, water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends and explore the lively nightlife scene. The dining district at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at BellevueCollection.com/dining district.
You know us. We're the heating and air conditioning company with the big colorful logo and the recognizable trucks you see all over Western Washington. You know us as the company that believes in the good we're doing and the impact home comfort has on your personal happiness. In its third generation, our family-owned business has been improving the lives of our customers every day since 1957. Call the experts in installation, service, and repair. Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Your family's comfort is our family's business.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
This month, Day and Night gives you a free furnace with the installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest.